Okay, good morning, subscribers. It's Wednesday, March 19th, or as we call it, FOMC Wednesday. We, of course, get the FOMC statement today at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Then I think at 2:30, Yellen's going to be talking about giving her, the state of affairs and talking about giving the press conference, I should say. So, in terms of price action, yesterday I said that we would need to see some price confirmation after Monday's rally, and quite frankly, we've seen it. Okay, yesterday. So the only issue now is, what's going to happen today. If so, that's sort of the outlier. You saw me increase net long exposure a little bit better yesterday, but I mean, again, still very cautiously. The biggest risk here is if we don't overcome 1883 in the S&P, then we could certainly go and retest, the recent lows, potentially even below that, potentially get back to down at 1800, 1810 area, or at least a 50-day moving average at 1830. So that's the index, right? Doesn't mean single stock opportunities aren't going to be there on both sides of the market. I just don't want to be long or short the market unless we see a break out of this range. I mean the index, right? Um, so that's the thing. So we very well today, this afternoon, could see a resolve to the upside, um, and that would be great, right? We could go all in long again, and 1920 to 1970 would be the multi-month target then. If as long as we don't break 1883 and alongside on the upside on the S&P again, I do see potential for move to the downside. So that's the only trick with follow through buying yesterday. Yes, we had it, but it's an important meeting today. These FOMC meetings tend to be extremely important. Of course, again, this is the first time for Janet Yellen. So that's what's going on here. The Russell 2000 is literally just itching to get to new highs. A lot of ways of looking at this, also from a Fibonacci retracement point of view. We retraced, a little bit more than 25% of the move. So, 123 on the long side for the IWM certainly is possible here if and when we get a breakout. But again, today really anything can happen, so it's just kind of stupid to go get all out buck naked long. So, and let's just go through the positions, and then I'll go through a couple other things as well. So in terms of moves yesterday, okay, obviously we talked about Microsoft. We'll get to that in a second, but first of all, I took a loss in JCPenney. I think we registered a 5.5% loss, which came to a very small dollar amount loss because I made it a very small position. Okay, this is so hugely important, and I know a lot of you guys took this trade, and for the most part, I think everyone, at least everyone I heard of, managed to get out very, very, very well on this trade, losing very little money, just like me. On a percentage basis, yes, that was a decently decent percentage loss, but that's not really what's important in a stock like this. This is a stock that can move a lot very quickly. I made this a third of an original position. Usually my positions for the model portfolio, again, this is the model portfolio on Marketfy. The real positions I trade obviously are much larger for the funds that I trade. Usually about a $15,000 is a full position. I made this, I think, like a $5,000 position. Okay, so very little. Anyways, our close JCPenney, it's not going up. What's the point of keeping it? Then we took nice gains on Twitter. This was a larger position, okay, but in terms of percentage gain, came to 3.5% gain, but it actually was a larger gain dollar-wise than the loss in JCPenney. That's exactly the kind of stuff you want to do, okay? So Twitter, it's just the downside acceleration here doesn't look great, so I got out 3.5% gain. Hey, that's cool. Then I bought Microsoft on the long side. I will see if I can get you this analysis a little bit better afterwards, but basically, the long-term view here is that Microsoft has basically now finally put a little bit more distance between itself and that long-term resistance area, which was around 38, 39 bucks. We've now, pushed back there, and really this could open up the stock towards 43, 44 bucks, like Barclays said yesterday when they upgraded it a dollar to 44. So that's that. On those short-term charts, obviously the breakout is obvious. Doesn't take a genius to see it. So I would hope and that we get some follow through buying. So I'm long Microsoft, and then we sold ABX, took full profits there. Why? Well, these miners, they can be very slow moving stocks, just like the gold itself. It's just ridiculously frustrating. So ABX isn't moving, so I sold it for a 1.85% gain. Whatever. It is what it is. It's not great, but we're out. So I'm actually, next time I look at a miner, I'm probably gonna look at Newmont Mining. It tends to move a little bit more. So whenever this puppy can move again, we'll be happy to buy again. Elsewhere, things I'm looking at today. Again, the problem is really we can't do any trading until the statement is out. So maybe in the last hour of the day there's a trade to do. I don't know. We'll have to see. But Hewlett Packard looks terrific to the upside. I love the stock up to the 34.50 area or something like that. So that's something that's big time on the watch list today. Then U.S. Steel in the materials sector had a beauty of a day yesterday. We've had a couple of really great trades. I think last fall in this stock. It hasn't really done much nice in terms since then, but it's now looking like it's tightening up its pattern, looking to bust higher. So I'm watching this. Fossil, similar story, or at least similar chart. You can see pretty nice move yesterday. Actually broke this imminent downtrend here, so that's immediate term downtrend. And then WPX, which is an energy stock, pretty good move here, pretty much setting up for what it looks like to be a rocket launch setup here. You can see the big hammer candle from Monday, and then yesterday followed through buying. Although we're still stuck in this range here, I think the stock looks like it could potentially move higher. I'm trying to find what it's. Yeah, the only problem is it's still trading below all its averages, so it's a little bit trickier. So I'd like to see this thing go past 1850 or so before buying it. So anyway, those are some of the things I'm looking at. I hope this makes sense. As always, if you got any questions, please let me know, and good luck out there.